Okay, so it is the last day of week 3 already. You guys are rocking it. I am going to talk about my recruiting tote bag or my recruiting toolbox, whatever you want to call it. I kind of like calling it a toolbox because it's all my tools that I'm using, right? I don't have a problem being a woman with a toolbox. So here's what I got. Some of the tools I use are pretty simple. Ooh. Those are my new NAS. Aren't they great? Sorry, NAS. Nail art studio. Sorry, okay. Distracted by the nails always happens. So, some of the tools that I have and that I use are pretty basic. Some of them are more advanced. Some of them are knowledge tools that aren't really physical tools, and some of them are physical tools. So here's kind of how I recruit. And I think I have I've joined 5 people in the last 4 weeks, so that's kind of been helpful. Anyway, so first of all, knowledge of the DISC traits and what each of those personality traits desires, right? So I kind of know that if I'm talking to a D person and what it sounds like when I'm talking to a D person, that I need to be talking about one thing. I know that I's like something else. I know that S is like something else. And I listen when I'm having those conversations and I'm deciding what type of personality I'm talking to and what kind of things I should gear towards. I'm also listening, obviously, as Melinda was saying, to what that person is actually saying and what they're looking for in their Jamboree journey, should they have one. That's basic. So interviewing and listening and really just giving a lot of encouragement, right? I am super high on the encouragement. You can do this. You've got this. You are doing this, right? So that's that. Planting seeds daily in my parties. I try to do once a day post on this is why I joined Jamboree, or this is what I'm getting because I joined Jamboree, or this is how easy it is to do the parties, or whatever. I have a zillion posts, and I kind of change it up for how I'm feeling in the day and everything. You know, you have that little, this many nail wraps equals a date night. This many nail wraps equals a thing of diapers. I do that one. I have what would you do? I have a picture of, the vacation house we went to this summer that I paid for with Jamboree money, and, a little blurb on how I did that. And then what would your because of Jamboree be? So those are kind of things that I do in my parties. With my hostesses, I always strive to ask my hostess at the beginning of the party, before it even starts, are you interested in learning more information about this? And I explain to them the reason I always ask my hostess before she hosts is because I regret not joining first. I had no clue that I was going to join, but I wish I had a magic ball and been able to look into it as a crystal ball and looked into it and seen that A, I was going to join. B, my party, the very first party I hosted, did over $800 in sales. Can you imagine what that would have done for my personal commission, PRV, TRV, fast start goals, etc. if I had had that? So that's really... So first, with hostesses, I always explain that to them. My party did amazing. I always ask, please, consider it. Completely understand if it's not something you're interested in. It was not something I was interested in before I hosted at all. And then during the party, you are so good at this, I tell my hostesses. Your friends are loving this. Do you see how many RSVPs you have? Do you see the interaction? These women are so excited. These could be your customers. These could be your next hostesses. Heck, they could even be your team members. Are you sure you don't want more information about joining? You are so good at this. Your posts are amazing. You are so excited. You're enthusiastic, etc., 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 just like Melinda was saying. And then also, at the end of the party, of course, obviously, as soon as she hits $250, $350 in sales, talk to them about that kit. Talk to them about what that's like. Would you like more information on joining this? You've earned the kit credit. Even if they don't earn the kit credit, you can say, you did great. You were so good at this. I could tell you'd be an amazing consultant. I would love having you on my team. Are you interested in more information? I invite you to check out my site. I invite you to this. opportunity event. Jamboree is having these opportunity calls like almost once a week, right? I ask every single hostess to those. I invite them. And then I also have one, and I try to have like 2 a month on my team page. I invite my hostesses to those too. Who knows? They're going to get invited, right? They're going to see some of the posts even if they don't respond. They might. Those are planting seeds. They might be interested down the road. I have a woman I've been working with for over a year, and she finally just said, you know what? Ask me again in January because I think I'm ready to do this in January. Sounds great. There's another woman I've worked with for over a year. She was really interested and then for some reason didn't sign and missed her recruiting incentive by like 24 hours and decided not to do it. Then I talked to her again and I talked to her again. I've kept in touch. Talked to her last February, March, and she said, I am kind of interested, but my friend just joined, so I'm going to talk to her about it. She didn't join. She's super like talking about something, and I just keep coming back to her in my head, like this woman needs to be a consultant. Something is bringing me to her. So I finally sent her another message and said, just that, something is bringing me to you. I really think that you would be amazing at this. And she said, you know what? And I said in that message, like, even if it's I give you the information and you join under your friend, something is telling me I need to help you do this. And she said, you know what? My friend just dropped from Jamboree. She's not selling anymore, but I am kind of really interested. I think this would be something that I could do while I'm getting back on my feet after my surgery at the end of September. Can you send me a packet? So I sent her a packet, and I will be checking in on her, and she wants me to check in on her at the end of September and see. So I'll be inviting her to our opportunity event. I'll be doing those things, but I've always been planting those seeds and coming back to her, especially if I feel really drawn to a special person. Another tool I use, and I'll write these all down on the page. Another tool I use is my dream team. Who do I know that I would just love to work with? And tell them. Say, I don't know if you're interested in this at all, but you would be amazing, and I would love to do this with you. You are on my dream team. Are you interested? Would you like more information? I invite you, right? That's what Belinda is always saying. I invite you to get more information. They can say no thank you. That's fine. But they can also say, I've kind of been thinking about it. Sure, give me more information. So flat out tell them. That's my family. I've told them. I've told my friends. I've told people who need money. I see it on Facebook, right? They're complaining about money, or they're complaining about not having friends, or they're complaining not having support, and they just feel like they need something more in their life. And I send them a private message. Hey, I don't know if this is something that interests you or not, but I really wanted to share because it could be a blessing in your life. It's been a blessing in my life. Would you like more information? I would invite you, right? I would invite you to get more information on this. And they can say no, or they can say yes. But one woman I really was talking about her daughter's hospital bills, and I was just like, God, I don't want to feel like weird about it, but I really, like if she's worried about paying all these hospital bills, then we need to talk to her about Jamboree. So I did, and she was like, no, I'm not really interested at all. Because her daughter's so sick, she goes, I don't think I have the time right now. And I'm like, I understand, in the future, should you want or need to find some extra money to pay these bills, consider it. Talk to me. I'd be happy to help you get more information on this. So that's like how I do that. This is a long video, I'm sorry. I have a little recipe box with some note cards, and these are all of my possible team members. Oh, she joined. I need to move it over. She hasn't joined yet. She said, I wish there was a half off code for my kit. Well, there was. Your party just didn't make it. Oh, she joined. I've been working with her for a while. Her consultant, this is the name, and then her friend ended up joining under me in a separate party. And so I've talked to her about joining under her friend. Well, her friend's no longer selling. So look, that's mine again. Again, this person and this person and this person all just have a friend who joined under me. So they're all her new recruits now, or potentials. She was going to join in September, but then ended up getting a full-time job. She wasn't really looking for a full-time job, but she was offered something. So yeah, she's not really on my radar right now. I have my sister. My sister would be great at this. She's never purchased. This is one of my best my best customers and my best hostesses. I'm going to, and it says right there, Dream Team. I'm going to move that to, she's the one who told me to talk to me in January. This woman has told me she would love to when her daughters are older. Her youngest is like 9 months old. This one says she wants to possibly as a hobbyist. Personally, I'd rather keep hobbyists as my customers. It makes more sense for me if they're not going to actually do it. And she's told me like she really doesn't want to do it. Now, I was going to be a hobbyist, and now I'm a senior team manager. So who knows, right? She'll join as soon as she moves into the States. She'll join as soon as she turns 18. I have tons of these, and I just keep them. I just keep them on here. So they all go in here, and when I promote them to my team, they'll go in another box, and they'll actually get stapled with a different color. And I just started this, and I absolutely love it. This is what I have. Hope you can see it. This one says, people want to join my team, and that is on top of my desk in my office. I don't know, it's working. Okay, and then some more tools that I have. I have 2 of these. I have 5 of each of these, okay? There's 2 different versions. This one is the one I want to talk about first. This is my hostess packet. And we can talk about what I post in my hostess packet later. But what I have here in my hostess packet, this one says Dare to Dream. And it talks about, and I'll attach the file, this talks about why I fell in love with Jamberry. I wasn't looking for extra income. I didn't think I needed anything that Jamberry had to offer except for the wraps. My party did well. How I joined, why I joined. Turns out I love this job. Brand values that I absolutely love. And yes, I've earned money, and this is what I've paid for, and this is what we've been able to do with my Jamberry money. This job has never felt like work for me. I'm having fun. I'm making friends. I'm doing something just for me. By raising my girls as a stay-at-home mom. I work around their schedule. Okay, if this speaks to you, I invite you to ask me for more information. What would you have to lose? With 80% of new consultants earning their kit costs back, it's a low-risk opportunity. And that's an actual real figure for Jamberry. 80% of our consultants earn their kit credit or kit price back and break even. That's amazing. So I'll upload this. I also, with it, have this. That's the kit. That's the to host or join. Talks about if you host first and then join, or talks about if you join first and then host your launch party. And then this is the one I was talking about, this much for 5 wraps equals a movie date. And then up here I just write, hey Katie, I'm really excited about your party. Should you be interested in joining my team? I would love to give you more information. This party can be your launch party with you earning 30% or more commission. Okay? And I write that right here. I would love to chat or whatever. Another thing I'm really trying to do is start talking to my hostesses on the phone. Okay? And getting their information and doing like a pre-party. I don't know. I want to do something. I haven't done it yet. I really think it would work. You could talk about pre-party, how you run things. You could talk about how you expect them to act in the party. You can talk to them about joining. You can share your personal energy over the phone or over Skype or whatever. Okay. And then I have 2 different ones of these. This is my consultant kit. And it's empty because I need to finish it. But this is what I send to all my new consultants. I have 5 of these, not today because I've given away so many of them. I have 5 of these ready at all times that I can just write a card to that personal new consultant, that new team member, and pop it in the mail. So I'm always ready to have a new team member. I have another one that's very similar that has the the business opportunity interest. There's a whole file on it. I'll get that up on the team page too, I'm sure, or on the party page, Power Sisters page.